With today's guilty verdict in the Pamela Long trial, another chapter in the Byrd and Melanie Billings murders has been closed. In all, 6 men, 1 woman, and 1 teenager have either been convicted or have pleaded guilty to taking part in the execution-style killings that shocked the Gulf Coast. 2 years ago this month, Byrd and Melanie Billings were inside their home in Beulah with 8 of their adoptive children. The couple had 16 in all, many with special needs. It was around 7 o'clock on a Thursday night when 3 armed men burst into the Billings home demanding money. What followed was horrific. Leonard Patrick Gonzalez Jr., the mastermind of the crime, shot Byrd Billings once in each leg. Byrd and Melanie Billings were taken to the master bedroom. That's where Gonzalez Jr. shot Byrd several more times before doing the same to Melanie.
Get down in the yard, everything's going fine, and all of a sudden,
the crime was over in just 4 minutes. One of the Billings children ran to a neighbor's house for help. That neighbor called 911.
The mom and dad, I live next door, and the daughter came over and said the mother and father have been shot and they're dead.
And she said they've been shot?
Yes.
Soon images of masked men filled television sets across the U.S. and a massive search for the killers was on. Just 5 days later, 7 people were in custody.
I asked you if there was anything that I could do for you, and your response back to me was, Sheriff, find the people who did this. It is my honor today to tell you, Ashley, and your family, we have found them, and they are in custody.
The very next day, investigators made the 8th and final arrest in the case, charging Pamela Long with accessory after the fact. Deputies found the 9mm handgun used to kill the couple hidden in a car owned by Long. Over the next several months, 2 of the bad guys would plead guilty to the crime. Frederick Thornton and Rakeem Florence admitted they took part in the robbery and agreed to testify for the state. Last October, the first trial in the case got underway, and it didn't last long.
As to the charge in count 1, Byrd Billings, we the jury find the defendant, Leonard Patrick Gonzalez Jr., guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment.
Gonzalez Jr. was convicted on all counts and eventually sentenced to death. More guilty verdicts would follow, as did more guilty pleas. 8 people held responsible for one senseless crime. 2 men have been sentenced to life in prison for their roles in the crime. 4 other people will be sentenced next month.